What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color and to another edition of This Week in Physical Media, the last episode of the year. We are already at the end of the year. This is the last week, the last Monday of 2024. This is episode 54. Can't believe we've been doing this for that long already. 54 weeks we've done whatever this is. We've looked at all the brand new releases that are coming out. I haven't even told you what we do on this show, but you guys know by this point. We go over all the new Blu-ray and 4K releases that are coming out this week. All these will be coming out December 31st, the last night of the year. That's tomorrow on Tuesday. We shoot the show every Monday night, Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. live right here on YouTube. If you want to come back and join us next week, we'll be in 2025, or you can always watch afterwards on the replay. I really appreciate all you guys who do that. Leave comments there. I do look at all those as well. But in the live chat, we've got a lot of great folks that join us for these streams, and they make the show even better. They talk about anything you guys want to talk about. We can talk about anything in the physical media space, anything in the collecting space. We've already got some good folks in here tonight. Let me go ahead and pull up the chat overlay because I did not grab that yet. I got to grab the link from the chat so we can show your questions on the screen and in super chats and everything. So let me grab that real quick. That's kind of a pain that I have to do that every single show, but it's all right. I think it's worth it. I think it adds to the stream a little bit. So let's get that in here. It only takes a second, and let's see who's here tonight. First one I see is Mr. Wayne. Love the Criterion videos. Thank you so much. I love making those videos. And we will be doing those again very soon, come the July sale. Dan's Den is here, as always. Internet user Baloney is here. Says, can't believe after tonight we won't be meeting up until next year. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Henry's here. Says, good evening, DJ and film fans. Have you made the Hamdan choice yet? He is referencing the last show we did, which wasn't last week. We actually took off last week because no new releases came out last week. But the week before that, we had an incredible subscriber all the way from Dubai give an incredible super chat, hundreds of dollars in this super chat, and it was amazing. And yes, I have actually made the choice. I did go ahead and purchase what we talked about last time, the big never-ending story gigantic box set, which I never would have been able to get if it wasn't for that wonderful super chat from that awesome subscriber. So that'll be something that'll be coming very soon. I have no idea. It's coming all the way from Australia. I actually bought it the very next day after we did that, so it's been a while, but it's going to take a long time to get here from Australia. But whenever it does, I'll show it to you guys. I'll do a video showcasing that release. It's going to be crazy. Robert Rogers is here. Evil Wax 73 is here. Says, hope everyone is having a happy holiday season. I am, and I hope everyone else is as well. PTP, hello, fellow physical media collectors. Exactly, that's what we are here. We like to collect stuff. Patrick Williams, what's up, DJ? Do you have a best of 2024 4K slips and steelbooks new releases for 2025? I do not have. If you mean a video, I don't have that video yet. I would like to make that video. But I don't know if I'm going to find the time, honestly. I've got actually a list over here of 7 videos already that I need to shoot in the next couple weeks. So I'm going to try to I would love to do some best of lists. I don't get stuff from studios, so I don't pick up every single 4K release that comes out throughout the year. So my list will be very subjective to my tastes and the things that I picked up. But if anyone's interested in that, let me know. I can definitely do a video about that. It would not by any means be definitive though, because I pick up very little new stuff and mostly old stuff. So I might do a top 10 pickups, but we'll see. We'll see. But for now, we're going to talk about some new releases. So let's jump over to the second screen. And the first one here is in the thumbnail, Nicolas Cage creepily looking straight into your soul on the cover of Snake Eyes. This is from Kino Lorber, which we're going to see a ton of tonight. Kino Lorber is kind of sweeping everything tonight. They're the ones that are dropping the most things this week. This is a 4K Blu-ray combo pack for Snake Eyes. Cage Snake Eyes. His name is just as big as the title. Believe everything except your eyes. And this is a 1998 crime thriller starring the great Nicolas Cage back when he was doing crazy stuff. I guess he's always been doing crazy stuff, but this is some iconic stuff back then. I know a lot of people are excited about Snake Eyes coming out soon. This is a Kino Lorber release, so you know the price is going to be great. Even their 4Ks are, technically the list price is $40, but you can always find Kino Lorber stuff on sale. Right now, it's on sale on Amazon for only $25, which is great. This is a great deal. I'm sure we're going to come back to Kino Lorber a lot more tonight. Actually, right now, the second one is Hatari. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I love me a good John Wayne movie, and I love some Howard Hawks, and this is both. And this looks incredible. There's a rhino attacking this truck right here. Directed and produced by Howard Hawks, starring John Wayne. Another 4K Blu-ray combo pack. I love that cover. I love that bright yellow cover. I wish they would carry that over to the spine. Like, I love you, Kino Lorber, but why are your spines always just black? You can't. It's not even showing up on screen right now, unfortunately. I'm trying to zoom out so you can see it, but it's not doing a good job. But yeah, you guys know what Kino Lorber's spines look like. They're always that same black color. I know some people like that because there's a uniformity to it and they all look the same on the shelf. I prefer some more colorful spines. But if you want that film, 1962 family adventure film, which is interesting to me. I didn't know that. I thought it was just kind of interesting. I'm gonna have to pick that up. Might be something I watch with the family, with the kids in a little bit. Not yet. They're still very young. But yeah, interesting. Let me know if you've seen that, because that actually piques my interest a little bit more. Next up, also from Kino Lorber, I tell you, they're doing everything this week. We've got a third 4K Blu-ray pack. I remember when we started doing the show, they were only putting like maybe 2 4Ks out a week, and then the rest were Blu-rays. They're really cranking out the 4Ks now. This is Internal Affairs from 1990, not to be confused with Infernal Affairs, which is put out by Criterion. Criterion's got a nice box set of that trilogy. This is starring Richard Gere. This is a Richard Gere film. Keen young Raymond joins the Internal Affairs Department of the Los Angeles Police. He and partner Amy Wallace are soon looking closely at the activities of a cop, Dennis Peck, whose financial holdings start to suggest something shady. So a little crime thriller here starring Richard Gere. Trust him, he's a cop. And some very sensual artwork there on the front. Look at that. Look at that sexy Richard Gere right there on the front, who I haven't seen enough of his stuff. I was considering getting the American Gigolo release from Arrow because it's such a nice release, but I don't know if that movie's going to be for me or not. Of course, Days of Heaven, I absolutely love, and he's great in that. But one more here. We'll do one more. And this is, we'll do one more Kino Lorber, and then we'll talk to you guys in the chat for a little minute. Miracle Mile on Blu-ray is getting it's a 4K restoration, but it's not a 4K. It's just a Blu-ray from 1988. A young man meets and falls in love with a young woman at the La Brea Tar Pits in Los Angeles. This area is known as Miracle Mile, and the whole movie takes place there. So weird synopsis. They make a date, which he misses, and while he is searching for her, he accidentally finds out that we, the United States, are about to start a nuclear war with the Soviet Union. Wow, that took a turn. Wow, I thought it was going to be like a nice little romantic comedy, and it got real dark there. I love the artwork on this, actually. This is like completely custom artwork on here. I don't think that's the poster. I think that's the poster right there, which is also very unique. But I like this. I like this artwork here. Looks good. It's very different from Kino Lorber. Usually they just kind of go with more standard stuff. That looks pretty cool. Again, only on Blu-ray. And you got a little action thriller romance. So lots of thrillers. This seems to be the week of thrillers. We've got a couple more from Kino Lorber and some stuff from Vinegar Syndrome and other labels, other boutique labels to talk about tonight. So we'll get into that in just a second. And we've also got some international releases for a very, very well-known director, very big fan favorite director, Chris Nolan, which we'll get to in just a minute here. Not too many releases, but a good bit of stuff to get to. So we'll get to that, and then we'll talk to you guys, take some questions, do a little Q&A towards the end of the show. I'm going to give my voice a little bit of a break here with some water and read in the chat what you guys are saying over here. I also got to give a shout out to my lovely wife who gave me these gifts for Christmas. These are handmade by her, piece by piece. This is not a merch thing or anything. This is just a cup she made for me and a shirt she made for me, which you can't see because of the chat. But yeah, she made me this little nice Films by Color shirt. Thank you, Grace. Love it. Oh, and here it is from Henry Beidencott. Like your logo shirt, is it up on your merch? It is not. It's not. I don't know how to do that. I should probably maybe figure out how to do that. This is just something my wife made for me with her Cricut. Dwayne "The Rock" Hudson is wanting someone to talk about Nosferatu. I have not seen it yet. I'm actually interested in that. That's not one of my. I actually haven't seen a lot of Robert Eggers stuff, but I do love the original Nosferatu, and I do want to check that one out. Just haven't been able to. I mean, it's crazy right now. The holidays are crazy. The kids have been home for last week, and they're going to be home all this week, so I'm not going to be able to get to a theater. But hopefully, someone else in the chat can talk to you about that film. Dan's Den says Snake Eyes has an incredible 15-minute opening tracking shot. The rest is rather contentious, although I enjoy As Defo de Palma. Not sure what that last part meant, but that's interesting. Evil Wax, I'm not a huge fan of steelbooks, too expensive, and you have to tape the J card to the back of the case. Just my opinion, though. Oh, really? I just toss the J cards. Why? I don't toss them. I just throw them in a box somewhere. But yeah, why would you do that? You cover up the artwork if you tape the J card to the back of the case. Avery, how long does it take Kino Lorber to release films after announcing? They announced Xanadu 4K months ago, but nothing's happened since. I don't know, actually. I don't keep up with when they announce things. I usually just find out on this show when they're coming out. But yeah, I don't know. I assume it's maybe like a 6 month to a year probably after they announce stuff. They probably got a huge backlog of stuff that they're putting out. Dan Stent, if you love exotic locations with wild, dangerous animals and a great Henry Mancini score, then Hatari is for you. Well, you sold me. I love adventure movies. I feel like we don't get fun adventure movies anymore. Like, what do we, nowadays we just get like Jumanji and Jungle Cruise. You just get The Rock and Jack Black, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But I love some classic, like King Solomon's Mines or Tarzan stuff. I'm down for John Wayne in an adventure movie. That sounds fun. I've only seen him in Western stuff and The Quiet Man, which is one of the best movies ever. Bailey Walsh popping in. Mr. Jones, my friend, popping in. JFC, is that Atari? Great Mancini score. So there we go. We got two people referencing the score already from that. Dan says Atari was also a heavy influence on Spielberg's Jurassic Park sequel, The Lost World. I guess that doesn't say anything about the original film. I'm not a big fan of Lost World, but I guess that doesn't mean anything. It could be inspired by better films. Mr. Jones, also happy holidays, everybody. I got a metric ton of Criterion discs and great books. I hope everyone is having a good one. Wow, I can't wait to see what you got, or at least tell me what you got. That's amazing. I did not get any movies for Christmas. I've been buying plenty of movies lately, thanks to the channel, and I did not need any more. Plus, my birthday's coming up in January. I'll probably get maybe a couple things for that, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. Baloney, my New Year's resolution will be 4K. Oh no. Good luck to you. 4K is expensive, and last year was like a record year for how many 4K really. Obviously, we're getting more and more each year, but last year was crazy for physical media. My resolution is actually to chill out and buy less, but we'll talk about that in a future video. Marty, Miracle Mile is great film and highly underrated and probably very realistic how society would react to an impending nuclear attack. Saw it as a teenager and it kind of shook me to my core. Wow, high praise for Miracle Mile. I love the artwork on that. I haven't seen it, but that's a good review from Marty right there. PTP, again, referencing the score, deserves to be talked about more today. Yeah, I don't know if that's a composer that I'm familiar with. I've probably heard some of his scores, but I don't know the name right off the bat. I need to do some research. I love listening to scores. Okay, I'm way behind in the chat here. Let me try to catch up here. Lots of people talking about Miracle Mile. Dwayne, The Rock Hudson, loves it as well. He's going to double dip and pick up the Arrow. He already has the Arrow Blue, but he's going to pick up the Kino Lorber 4K. Kino Lorber loves to make you double dip. They've got 4K. They steal 4K rights from all the other labels. They kind of swoop in from Criterion and Arrow and pick up all those rights. Dan's Den, Christopher Nolan's next movie and an adaptation of the Odyssey. Interesting. I didn't know that. That's fascinating. Let's see. Mr. Wayne, what's one of your favorite Criterion releases? Well, let me look over to the Criterion corner over here. That's such a vague, that's so random. Just favorite? Just anyone? I really, really like the Carol Zeman box set. I never hear anybody talk about it. The Carol Zeman, it's 3 Fantastic Journeys by Carol Zeman. One of my favorite filmmakers. I actually just bought. Look at this. Let me showcase some stuff here. This will be in an upcoming collection update, but I got to show it to you now. This is Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, of all things, from Vinegar Syndrome. It's actually put out by AGFA. It's wonderful. This is an incredible release. I somehow missed it. I don't know how I missed this release because we talk about all the new releases every week. I don't remember covering this. It completely came and went. It sold out immediately, and I missed a chance. It was already out of print. I did find it on eBay, the original limited edition version, and I did have to pay like $10 more, but actually it was a pretty good price. But yeah, this is Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, which didn't completely sell me on it by itself. I've always wanted to check out this film, but I wasn't sold just on the movie. But what sold me is the and other holiday hallucinations part. So there's a ton of other shorts on here, including one by the great Carol Zeman, The Christmas Dream, which I've seen. It's on the Criterion Channel. But Carol Zeman's one of those directors that I kind of need to, like Eric Romer, I kind of want to own all of his stuff physically. So even though it's just a short, I wanted to grab it. And also, I love watching shorts with the kids every Christmas, and this has got a ton. It's got a Christmas Dream, a Christmas Fantasy, Christmas in Toyland, Christmas Journey, Christmas Tree, The Christmas Visitor, the Liberace Christmas Special, and there's like 3 or 4 more on there. So there's a ton of shorts on here. It's an incredible release. My only gripe with this release is it's a Something Weird collaboration, and there's an annoying what do you call those, watermark in the bottom right hand corner, like the whole time on all the shorts, which is kind of annoying. But I did watch through those over the Christmas break. I grabbed this like right as Christmas was happening. I snatched it up on eBay. Very happy to have that. But all that to say, Carol Zeman is one of my favorite directors. He's an incredible animator. He does kind of mixed media animation. He uses like paper cutouts. He uses stop motion. He uses 2D animation, live action, all kinds of great stuff. And that set from Criterion, The Three Adventures, is wonderful. It's got 3 just incredible films, 3 of my favorites from the Criterion collection. So there you go. That's 3 for 1. That's a 3 for 1. Definitely check it out. All right, I'll get back to the chat here in a second. Let's try to make some more headway on these new releases. Next up, we've got speaking of Christmas, we've got Adult Swim Yule Log, also from Vinegar Syndrome. This is from the partner label Decanalog, and there's the front cover of that. I have no idea what this is. I never got into Adult Swim, but it looks absolutely bonkers, and maybe it's great. I love Christmas, so maybe I'll check this out. The slipcover on that is very somber and minimal, but also very creepy. There's like a dude just floating there in the fire. I don't know anything about this. If you guys know what this is, let me know. It is apparently a surreal sci-fi dark comedy for Christmas that was on Adult Swim. Sounds interesting. Actually sounds like something I might like. Maybe I should look more into that. That's come out this week from Vinegar Syndrome. This whole month long on Vinegar Syndrome's site is just partner month, so you can't buy any of their Vincent proper releases, but you can buy all their partner stuff. And I think there's some sales going on. So yeah, maybe check that out if you're interested. Next up, we've got Salome from Shudder. Very small label connected to the streaming service. So a lot of horror stuff on there. This is a 2021 film. It does have a slipcover, which is really cool. Nice to see the smaller boutique labels putting out some nice premium releases. But yeah, there you go. Nice 2021 foreign horror film from France. There you go. We don't talk about French horror films enough on this show, so that's always fun to hear. Hopefully that's good. I don't know. Sometimes streaming movies can be hit or miss, but hopefully that one's great. Next up, we've got 1987's Cherry 2000. Holy, look at this. This looks incredible. I thought for sure when I was preparing for the show that this was like a Mad Max ripoff, but it might be a little bit. It is 80s and it's got all this desert car stuff, but it's also like she's a cyborg? Melanie Griffith, she's a cyborg. Let me read the synopsis for you guys because I think it's pretty short. Yeah. When successful businessman Sam Treadwell finds that his android wife, she's an android, not a cyborg, excuse me, Cherry Model 2000 has blown a fuse, he hires sexy renegade tracker E. Johnson to find her exact duplicate. Oh, what a release from Kino Lorber. Another 4K restoration, only available on Blu-ray though. There's the front, there's the back, and incredible artwork here on the front. They're killing it with the artwork this week. That looks like a lot of fun. I have no way of knowing if it is or not. Those 80s action movies can be hit or miss. It's 99 minutes, a nice lean 99 minutes, so hopefully it's kind of action-packed and fun from beginning to end. But I have not seen that one, but it looks like a lot of fun. So let me know if you've seen that one in the comments down below. We've also got another release here from Film Movement, which is another partner label from Vincent. This is the last week of the month, so that's when we get all the partner releases from Vinegar Syndrome. But they're just doing partner month this month, so I don't think there's any actual Vincent releases in here, just partner releases. But there's a slipcover on that. It's called Violent Cop and Boiling Point. Two movies on here from 1989 and 1990. Japanese crime thrillers, which is very cool. Film Movement is one of the partner labels that I'm really interested in getting into. They actually are one of the bigger ones, I think. They have a lot of releases. I was looking at their website earlier this week because it is partner month, and like I said, some of that stuff was on sale. So it's a little overwhelming to see all the releases they have, but I hear good things, so I might have to check it out. Icarus Films, also one of the partner labels that I really want to get into. Next up, also from Vincent, this is from Dark Star Pictures. We've got Reefer Madness, the movie musical. We've actually talked about Reefer Madness, the original, on this channel already because it is one of those like silent era cautionary tale flicks for teenagers. It's about the evils of marijuana, and this is like a parody of that. It's a musical version that came out in the 70s, I believe. Oh no, excuse me. Wow. I'm way off on this. This is 2005. This is a much more recent parody than I thought. But Reefer Madness, the movie musical, is playing on all of those old exploitation flicks, and it looks actually like a lot of fun. I don't know if anyone has seen this. I totally missed this. Obviously, I wasn't watching this kind of stuff in 2005. But yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. It's got some good cast in there. Let me read off some of the cast because it's very recognizable names. We've got Kristen Bell, Christian Campbell, and Alan Cumming. Alan Cumming is the one I was trying to think of right there. Reefer Madness, the movie musical. What a crazy, crazy thing. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's fun. It is long. Musicals usually are long. It's 112 minutes. But yeah, love the artwork on there. Looks like a lot of fun. Looks like a fun release. That's probably one that's going to sell out immediately, like most Vinegar Syndrome stuff does. But it looks fun. It looks cool. Last one here. I also put this in the thumbnail because it looks like a lot of fun. It is Rumpelstiltskin 4K. This actually sounds like something I would really like. I don't know if I'm going to grab it. I think it's probably going to be pretty expensive. It's from TerraVision, but it's not like a standard release. Look at this. It's got this huge deluxe hardbox edition with a slipcover inside and then the case underneath. You've got 3 discs. You've got a poster. All kinds of stuff in here. Full-size, perfect bound booklet. Tons of stuff. This is limited to 2,500. This looks amazing, but I have a feeling that this is probably one of those movies where the artwork is way better than the film itself. I don't know if I have any reason to say that. I just got a feeling, but who knows? Maybe it actually is great. I would love to see it. It kind of fits into my wheelhouse. This ain't no fairy tale. I actually, when I do get into horror, I like fairy tale horror, like folk horror, this kind of thing. It seems cool. It's like this Rumpelstiltskin monster gets trapped into like this little figurine, and then way back in the 1400s, and then jump ahead to modern day, and this woman with a baby goes into this witch's shop and sets him free, and then he starts trying to steal her baby, and he's like, this cool, look at that. I like the makeup job. I like the monster. I have no way of knowing what it looks like because this is all just artwork for the film, but let me know if you've seen Rumpelstiltskin, if it's, I don't know, if it's actually good, or if maybe it's so bad it's good, or if it's just fun. I don't know. It's horror fantasy from 1995. That gives me a little pause. I wish it was a little earlier, maybe like 70s or 80s, but who knows? Maybe it's fun. Let me know. You guys know, I hope, because I want to hear about it, because it sounds interesting. All right, let's see what people are saying in the chat. Let me scroll back up a little bit here so we can talk about some of these. Avery here. Adult Swim Yule Log is an interesting release. It pretends to be one of those videos of a fireplace people put up as a placeholder for Christmas and then becomes a horror movie. Wild ride. That actually is a really cool idea. That's interesting. How? No, DJ, no more. You just said you're going to buy less, and you're already thinking about buying some more Vinegar Syndrome stuff. Mr. Jones, other discs, the Adult Swim Yule Log and Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, both great, but Yule Log was the blind buy amazement for the year. Cannot recommend it enough. Ugh. So you already got it. So are you a subscriber to Vincent? Because it's not even out yet, but you got it. Maybe you pre-ordered it or something. That sounds interesting. Ah, man, you guys are killing my wallet. You guys are killing my wallet. Let's see. Jeffrey Patron. I love the Fukusaka double feature release from Film Movement Classics. Okay, so there's another recommend for Film Movement. Also, Magnitude Rev, Film Movement, and Film Movement Classics. Easily my favorite Vinegar Syndrome partner label. There's so many great Asian... why does the chat jump up like that? It lost it. Okay, there's so many great Asian cinema coming from them. Yes, Magnitude Rev is my Asian cinema guy. He always recommends some great stuff from there. Yeah, I know. I want to get into Film Movement. There's like I said, Icarus putting out some great stuff also. Icarus has like a French New Wave film that I really want to get, like a vignette film. It also has, what is her name? I can't think of it right now. I'm going to kill myself for not remembering what this is. Icarus Films. Is her name? Chantal Ackerman. I didn't find it, but yeah, Chantal Ackerman is her name. They have a Chantal Ackerman film from Vinegar Syndrome, which is crazy. They also have The Battle of Chile, which is supposed to be really, really good. So I really want to get into Icarus. But yeah, Film Movement is another one that I'm just scared to get into those partner labels because they never end. There's hundreds and hundreds of films that I could go down a rabbit hole. Joshua LeBur, Film Movement. After the stream, I'm finally starting my Poetry of Li Shangdong set I got from them. That's another one that I saw on the site earlier this week. Sounded really good. Violent Cop and Boiling Point are both directed by Takeshi Kitano, who was in Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. I recommend his film. Interesting. I love Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. I don't know who he plays in that film, but that is definitely interesting. Violent Cop and Boiling Point. So a lot of stuff coming out from Vinegar Syndrome this week. Evil Wax says, speaking of Li Changdong, I just watched Burning a couple days ago. Pretty damn good movie. Stop with the recommendations, guys. I'm out of money. This is, interesting. New name here, Corruptive Chaos. That limited edition of Rumpelstiltskin sold out after 2 weeks of being announced. Does have a standard coming soon, though. Oh, well, I guess I don't have to sweat about it then if it's already sold out. Jeez. Wow. I guess it's a fun movie then. Cinematech, I predict another new label will emerge in 2025 that we'll all be talking about come the end of the year. It seems like it. They're cropping up everywhere. There's a brand new one that just came out that has the rights to Reanimator. I just found out about a couple days ago. They've only got like 3 releases so far. That's like their 3rd one. They are putting out great stuff already. Looks good. Let's see. Mr. Jones, Yule Log was a pre-order, not to be the devil here, but it's really good. Made by the guy who made Too Many Cooks for Adult Swim. Okay. I'm going to have to consider it. Patrick Craig, Film Movement is great. They also have a bunch of wonderful films on DVD only, and they do sales on their website regularly. I might have to check that's the other thing too, is I mostly just look at Vincent's site, but I guess I could check out their solo sites like I've done for Deaf Crocodile. Cinematech, only problem is Film Movement is that they are rarely included in the 50% off sale. That's a bummer. That's unfortunate. Let's see if I don't know if I'm going to get caught up on this chat. Thank you guys so much. Patrick Craig, cannot recommend Battle of Chile enough. One of the most important documentaries ever. I hear you. I actually have it in my cart right now with the Eric Romer French New Wave film from Icarus. And also, what was the third thing I had? Oh, I had another one of the CIP children's films, the Leprechaun film, actually. So I have those 3 things in my cart, and I was debating over the weekend whether I want to pull the trigger or not. Battle of Chile sounds amazing. It's like a landmark documentary. It's like 371 minutes long, but it sounds great. And it sounds like something I really need to watch. I just don't know if I can prioritize it right now, but yeah, it sounds awesome. So thank you. I really appreciate the recommendations. All right, let's get back to it and see if we can make a little more progress here. Mr. Monk's Last Case. So last year, Kino Lorber started putting out every season of Monk. I think they started in January and did like one every single month. And now they're ending it in January, or right before January of 2024. And it is the brand new movie that he just did in 2023. It's kind of like the legacy movie, I guess, that came out after the film. It also has a slipcover. It's just Blu-ray, just like the show. There he is, Tony Shalhoub. Perfect. Perfect. I'm assuming this is like, I haven't seen the film. I actually haven't even seen the show. My wife is a big fan of the show when it was on. I was more of a psych guy growing up. But yeah, it looks like this is a response to the pandemic, which is a perfect setting for Monk to be in. And there it is. It's great. I love that Kino Lorber's giving some love to some early 2000s TV shows. And if you're a big Monk fan, you got to have that. That's part of the set. So only $18 right now on Amazon, which is great. We've also got from Warner Archive Collection, another great studio kind of pseudo boutique label, is The Spanish Main from 1945. Unlike anything we've talked about tonight, but it is another adventure film, which is cool. This is my jam right here. Glorious Technicolor adventure film. I don't know any of these. Oh, I do know. This is Maureen O'Hara. This is amazing. One of my favorite actresses of all time. Speaking of The Quiet Man, which we talked about earlier, no synopsis for The Spanish Man, but I think I can gather what it's about just from this. It's like is it a pirate film? I know it's swashbuckling, a Technicolor swashbuckling adventure film with Maureen O'Hara. I'm sold. Done. Add it to the wish list right now. It's only $22 on Amazon, 1945, 100 minutes. Interesting. I'm thinking of watching through some pirate films next year. Grace and I have been threatening to do that. One of her favorite films of all time is the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And there's some older Pirates films that I'd love to see. We just bought that. What's it called? It's in the orange section. I'll find it real quick here. Cutthroat Island. Cutthroat Island, I've heard not very good, but it's a fun pirates adventure movie, and they got a great 4K release of it last year that I picked up from a secondhand store. So why not check it out? There's also an imprint swashbuckling pirate movie I think it's actually called Swashbuckler, that is coming out early next year that I want to check out as well. So we might do like a pirate theme month, swashbuckling month. And this looks awesome. This looks like an Errol Flynn adventure thing, like Captain Blood, which I love. So Spanish Main. Sounds good. I think I said Spanish Man earlier, but it's Spanish Main. Sorry about that. Hercules Returns from Umbrella Entertainment. Speaking of Australian boutique labels, here it is. Look at that. Look at that. Incredible. Incredible artwork right there. I have no idea what this is. I'm assuming wow, no genres. It gives me no genres on this one. It's a complete mystery. When Brad quits his job at a large cinema chain to open his own picture theater, his ex-boss sabotages the opening night by switching the Italian film with a non-subtitled version. Brad and his team hilariously improvise the dialogue to avert disaster. Well, that sounds way lamer than the cover art led me to believe. That doesn't sound like this at all. Did they put the wrong synopsis for this movie? What does that have to do with Hercules? What is going on? Hercules Returns, 1993. I don't know what that is, but there you go. It's like a meta movie film directed by David Parker and starring David Parker. Maybe that's fun. I have no idea what that is. Hercules Returns. Next up, we've got Pray for Death from 1985, also from Kino Lorber. They are pumping them out this week. This is a martial arts action film. They got to cover every single genre this week. Here we go. Pray for Death. Look at that. What year is this? This is 85. 1985. That's a crazy looking poster. And it looks like it might be the original poster. I don't think that would be new artwork, but looks fun. Martial arts action film. I don't know it doesn't tell me what country it's from or anything. There's like no data. There's no synopsis. There's no anything. Come on, Blu-ray.com. Step it up. Step it up a little bit. All I know is it's from 1985 and it is got an extra director's cut on there. 2 different cuts of that film. Pray for Death. And then finishing up this row, we've got The Beast Within, coming also from Kino Lorber. This is their specific Kino Cult line. This is Kino Cult number 22, another 80s film. And it's a horror film, The Beast Within from 1982. A teenager experiencing growing pains of a most shocking kind in this exciting, tense, and all too real story of a human into monster transformation. That's pretty cool. I like that. I love me a good Jekyll Hyde story. And I don't know if I've seen a puberty metaphor with that, but that's what it seems like this is. Warning, The Beast Within. Fascinating. Spy number 22 from Kino Cult. Not the best movies in that line, but they do definitely have a vibe, a very specific vibe. Cult horror movies that make good watch party movies, from what I've seen so far. Haven't seen that movie, but from the past, I can't believe they have 22 of those already. I feel like we just started that line. But that's Kino Lorber, the MVP of tonight. See what people are saying in the chat. Why So Bluetooth? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. My Orbit Order of Great Escape 4K from Arrow. Nothing is Sacred from Radiance. Yes, I'm going to be picking that up one too. And the regular Studio Canal 4K of The Conversation arrived today. I'll be staying in for New Year's Eve. I probably will too this year. We don't have any plans. Last year we had a party, but I don't think we're doing anything this year. So maybe I'll watch some movies. I got a couple more New Year's movies that I want to get through. We just watched The Apartment last night. One of my favorite movies of all time. It is kind of a Christmas through New Year's movie. It's not really either, but it takes place during that time period. There's a big Christmas party scene, and then it kind of ends around New Year's. Great movie. Highly recommend. You guys have probably already seen it. But there's a couple other New Year's movies I want to watch. I really want to watch, I think they're downstairs, or I would show them to you, but I brought them down to the theater last night. I really want to watch Kronos again. I haven't seen that. I've only seen that once, and I want to show it to Grace. She's never seen it, which goes through Christmas and New Year's. Also, Repeat Performance is a noir, It's a Wonderful Life New Year's movie that I really, really want to watch. That was gifted to me a couple weeks ago by my friend Jeffrey. I still need to get that video up. of the gifts that he sent me. Sorry, Jeffrey, that's taken some time to edit. I'll get that up soon. And then I really want to watch Phantom Carriage. That's a New Year's movie that you got to watch every year. I missed it last couple of years. I really want to rewatch that one too. So maybe I'll be just cramming movies on New Year's Eve. Maybe that's how I'll stay up late. Corruptive Chaos, also would praise you log if you like it. A sequel came out this month that I love too. Interesting. I wonder if that was the reason they released it this month. Let's see. Patrick Craig says that Film Movement has many more films available on their website that aren't on Vincent. Another reason to definitely check out their website. Michael Smith, DJ, if you haven't seen Dance Girl Dance, Maureen O'Hara is in that and dances a good bit, along with the young Lucille Ball. I haven't seen that one yet, but I do own it. I picked it up in one of the Criterion sales a couple sales back, and haven't got around to it. Too much stuff to watch, but I'm really looking forward to that. I love me some Maureen O'Hara. Seahawk, PTP, great pirate film. Another great one that I've seen. Another, my mind just went blank. What's his name? Robin Hood. I just said it like 2 seconds ago. Gosh, this is hard to keep straight when I'm saying so many actors' names. Errol Flynn. It's another great Errol Flynn movie. Also, The Sea Wolf is a great movie. Not a swashbuckling film, but it's just another great ship film. Dan's Den, Hercules Returns, a Greek-sized epic of a failure in comparison to Hercules in New York. Hey, the movie doesn't have to be successful to get a gorgeous boutique release, especially from Umbrella and Imprint and several boutique labels. They'll put out whatever they can get the rights to, and it's great. It's fun. I support it. There's some not great movies that I love that I still want to get on physical. Let's see. Thomas, I got Tu Wong Fu. I've heard of that film. Thanks for everything. Julie Newmar on Blu-ray I just butchered the whole title, but you've heard of it. For my sister for Christmas, one of my favorites. My oldest niece got me a $50 Amazon gift card, bought 4 movies I wanted with it. Nice. I just bought some stuff from Amazon too that I've been holding off on for a while. And I'll show those in a future video, but one of those I'll show because it is a Christmas film. I had to grab the holdovers, the 4K. Boom, just arrived yesterday, and it's in pretty good shape considering it came from Amazon. That's another one I'd like to rewatch, I guess, this week because Christmas is over, but I haven't seen that since it first came out. Kevin House, The Princess and the Pirate with Bob Hope is a very funny pirate film. Walter Brennan is hilarious in it. Thanks, guys, for all the pirate recommendations. Thomas Glidwell, my birthday is also in January 9th. Well, happy early birthday to you. Mine's not till the end of the month, January 22nd, but enjoy. I think I might actually, it's going to be weird, but the plaza here is showing Salo, infamous Salo, on January 20th. So that might be a little birthday present to myself. I might go see that in the theater. And I think before I do that, I want to make it through the Pasolini 101 box set. So that might be my January assignment to myself. I might try to get through all 9 films, or I guess, all 9 films, at least 8 or 9 of them. I've seen a couple of them already, so I don't know if I'll rewatch those, but I do want to make it through the rest of the Pasolini films that I haven't seen. And then I'll end it on the 20th with Salo, because I've never seen it. And that will definitely be a one-of-a-kind theater experience that I'll never forget. Your friend Mr. Jones, the original Ocean's 11 is a good New Year's Eve film. The whole robbery takes place during that countdown. Interesting. And Kevin House says repeat performance is excellent. So that's awesome. I really want to watch that. Hopefully I can get to it tomorrow because it's New Year's Eve already, guys. It's crazy. I can't believe it. This year has flown by. Black Eye, another Warner Archive collection release from 1974, another crime thriller, because we can't get away from those tonight, but it's got some really disturbing, striking artwork here, and the Black Eye font looks just like the font they used on Snake Eyes earlier. Warner Archive collection, whenever the cane turns up, someone turns up dead. What a great tagline. This seems like a lot of fun. Shep Stone is a private detective working in Los Angeles. When a walking cane is stolen from the funeral of a movie star, Stone's investigation sets him on a path that leads to the seedy world of pornography and religious cults. That's a trifecta right there. Can't beat it. 1974 action thriller, cults, pornography, and private eyes. Sounds great. And it's got, is that what this is? This is the cane? This is great artwork. Props to whoever did this artwork. It's great. And it's probably original. It looks kind of 1970s. I'd say that's original. Great. Cool. Black Eye. So we've got Snake Eyes and Black Eye coming out this week. Warner Archive and Kino Lorber killing it as usual. Speaking of, we've got three more Kino Lorber releases here. This is Rage of Honor from 1987, another martial arts film. So they're putting out several martial arts movies at once. This is Sho Kosugi, A Question of Honor Becomes a Mission of Vengeance. He is flying side-kicking this guy right in the face. Doesn't even care that he's holding a machine gun. And he's holding a sword. It's crazy. That's the most 80s looking image of all time. There's fire in the background, sweaty face. Amazing. Rage of Honor. Check it at your local stores, wherever physical media can be found. Next up, we've got The Killer is Loose, coming to Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. Like I said, cranking them out. They had several 4Ks and now a ton of Blu-rays. All of these have slipcovers. This is The Killer is Loose, directed by Bud Bodecher. Interesting. I know him from his Western films, but did not know he did crime dramas as well. This is a film noir from 1956. Nice, lean 73 minutes. In and out. This is great. I have acquired a taste for film noir. We did Noirvember this year, and I watched a ton of them. Some of them are blending together because we watched so many of them so quickly, but I have not seen any from Bud. So that's another one I got to check off the list. Monty Walsh, also coming from Kino Lorber this week. It's a 1970 Western film. Here's the slip on that one. Look at that. That's incredible artwork. I actually really like that. That looks great. I miss those hand-painted. I don't know if that actually is. That could be a throwback, but I miss those hand-painted posters from this time period. 1970 Western film starring, let's see, anybody I know? I don't think so. I thought that was, for a second, I thought that was Sam Elliott, but it's a different mustache. Different white mustache, not Sam Elliott. Sorry, false alarm. No Sam Elliott stash in that one. And then one more here on this whole row here. We've got A Night Full of Rain from Warner Archive Collection. The 1770s film that we've talked about tonight. This is from 1978. It's a straightforward romance and drama. Here's the artwork on that one. Look at that. The end of the world in our usual bed in a night full of rain. Very dramatic. Very dramatic 70s film. Warner Archive doing a lot of different stuff this week. But several 70s films we've already talked about. We've got how many more rows here? Just a few more rows. And there's some international stuff here that I did want to briefly mention. We'll be able to wrap that up here pretty soon. We're making good time, 43 minutes. We should be able to wrap this up at about an hour, and then we can do 30 minutes of Q&A. Finish off the year strong. So let me know what you guys want to talk about in the chat. I'm seeing some new faces pop into the chat, which is great. Thank you guys for popping in. Oh, let's see. Let me scroll back up a little bit. People very excited about the holdovers. I am as well. Internet user, your birthday present to yourself is watching Solo. Cheers. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big fan of Pasolini, or at least the stuff I've seen. I know everything about that film. I know it's probably not going to be an enjoyable experience, but I'm interested. I want to see it. I'm never going to get a chance to see it in the theater again, so I thought I'd do it. And John is the one who told me about it, and he's going to join me, so we'll at least have each other. Let's see, what else? Senior Sticks, DJ, how goes the rhythm of life? It's going great. It's a little hectic and crazy. Holiday season, like I said, the kids are home. I have not been able to get out very many videos at all this month. I've been kind of burnt out. I started shooting a video before I started this live stream tonight, so we'll see when I can get that one up. But yeah, it's good. It's going well. I can't complain. Just a little busy. Mark's movie menu. Not much excites me this week. January's pre-orders have wiped me out. My New Year's resolution is only 2 titles a month or 1 box set. But that was my resolution this year. Oh well, I hope you can stick to it this year. I'd love to talk about resolutions with you guys. I want to do a video about that. I've been taking notes. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Like I said, I do want to chill out a little bit, but we'll talk about that in the future. But yeah, I've got some ideas. Got some plans. Let's see. Jeffrey Patron, Lee Marvin, and Jack Palance is a potent combo. Oh, interesting. Ethan says Monty Walsh has to be a re-release because he already has it. So yeah, sometimes those get mixed in. Sorry about that. PTP, Joseph Cotton is the man. Bought my first fedora years ago because of him. starring in The Third Man, my favorite film of all time. It's one of my favorites. I just rewatched it in the theater, and I liked it so much more on a second viewing, and I'm very tempted to pick up that Studio Canal giant box set. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger or not, but it's been in my cart on Diabolic for a long time. Or maybe Orbit. I think it's Orbit. So maybe I'll just wait long enough and then it'll sell out and then I won't have to make a decision. That's what I usually do. All right, let's see what else is coming out this week. We've got The Lords of Flatbush coming out from Sony Pictures. Oh, look at that. Is that who I think it is? Yeah, there he is. The Fonz is in this. Interesting. The Lords of Flatbush, a small masterpiece according to Time Out. But there you go. It's got Sylvester Stallone in it. That's amazing. That looks fun. 1974, again, because we can't get away from 70s films. A little romance and a drama from 1974, Sony Pictures. First time we mentioned them tonight, but they're always putting out great stuff. They go much slower than Warner's and Kino Lorber, but they do put out good stuff, so I hear. And then also from Kino Cult, number 23, we've got Blood and Lace. There it is. Not Arsenic and Old Lace. And not Blood, Tea, and Red String, which is another great movie that is a stop-motion creepy horror folk animated thing. It's great if you haven't seen it. Terror strikes again and again and again from its hiding place in the darkest corner of the unknown. What a mouthful of a tagline that is. Blood and Lace. I like the artwork, though. It's kind of creepy and fun. Coming out from 71, another 70s horror film from Kino Cult, $18. Those are always very cheap when they come out. Get that on Amazon right now. Then we've also got, already talked about all this stuff, Satan's Blood from Treasured Films. Again, Blu-rays popping up every single week. I mean, labels popping up every single week. I don't know what Treasured Films is, but here's the artwork on that one. Very disturbing looking. I think this is definitely an international release because it has the rating stickers on it. So something we would not have known about if we didn't open it up to international releases, but it is also a 1970s film. It's 1978. Then we've got the Arthur Dong collection, also from Kino Lorber. Kino Lorber cannot stop with the hits tonight. This is Arthur Dong. Look at all this. All of these films. This is 3 discs from Kino Lorber. 4 hours of bonus features, 8 movies from 1982 to 2015. So I'm assuming there must be like a documentary or something. Yeah, like documentary. Interesting. So are these all documentaries? 8 documentaries, it looks like. Interesting. A box set from Kino Lorber. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I love me a good box set. Then we've also got some re-releases of American Pie that already came out, I believe. Yeah, that wouldn't be this far down if that was new. All right, let's talk about the one last thing here. Two more things we'll talk about. One of them is these Christopher Nolan releases. I put them in the thumbnail because I thought some people might be excited about this. If you're a huge Christopher Nolan fan and you like to get international releases, there are some French Christopher Nolan releases coming out. You can get them on Amazon.fr right now. And there are these big chunky deluxe box sets for 2 of his films. You've got 4K Blu-ray combo pack for Inception, which is the one I put in the thumbnail right there. And then we've also got, taking forever to load for some reason tonight, Interstellar. So both of his one-word I movies. There's Inception, there's Interstellar. I love me a nice big chunky box set. I'm assuming those are kind of just cardboard though. They don't look like they're hard boxes. They don't look quite boutique quality, but if you want those on 4K, you don't have them on 4K yet, and you don't mind picking up stuff from Amazon France, which I've done before. I bought stuff from all the different Amazons, and it usually gets here okay. I haven't even talked about it yet. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do a video on this, but I just got my, where is it? It's right behind me. Belatar box set from Amazon.uk. Amazing box set. Looks incredible. And it got here from Amazon.uk. No damage or anything. So if you want to pick those up from France, those are really nice editions of some of his more popular films. I think Inception is more beloved than Interstellar, but I think Interstellar has been kind of reappraised. I think people were against it when it came out, but I think people it's grown on people. But one more thing I want to mention here from Kino Lorber, this is the Kino Classics line, and I love this line. They put out a lot of cool stuff. This is a John Barrymore film, The Beloved Rogue. The Beloved Rogue. Look at this. That looks amazing. Interesting. This is a 1927 silent film. I'm always a big fan of silent films. In his lifetime, the most renowned poet in France is also a prankster, an occasional criminal, and an ardent patriot. Looks amazing. Looks amazing. I wish I had the money to just buy all of those Kino Classic silent films, because those are great. And I don't have enough of them. Actually, I'm going all over the place here. I just picked up a silent film from a secondhand store just a couple days ago, starring Mary Pickford. And it is Little Annie Rooney, which I'm very excited about. I want to check out more silent films. That's one of my things for 2025, is to watch more silent films. This is from Flickr Alley. I found this from CD Warehouse for like $15. It's still sealed, which is amazing for Flickr Alley releases. Those go for like $30. So very happy to find that. Hopefully I can get The Beloved Rogue at some point, but that's going to wrap it up for the new releases this evening. We talked about a bunch of boutique stuff, Kino Lorber, Vinegar Syndrome partner labels. We talked about Warner Archive and some studio stuff. Sony getting in there at the very end, some international releases from Warner Brothers for Chris Nolan films, all kinds of good stuff coming out this week. But now I turn the show over to you guys. Let me know what you guys want to talk about for the last 30, 40 minutes of the show. This is the end of the year. Anything you always want to talk about, like you said, top 10s, best of, worst of. Now's the time to spark some conversation, and hopefully we can get a good conversation. If I don't lose the ability to speak, we can get a good conversation for the last 30 minutes or so. All right, let me scroll back up. And get this chat going here. Mr. Jones has to go back to work, but he says, have a great night, everybody. DJ, the CC discs we got were listed a little higher up if you want to see them. Some of them were inspired by your Rex. Hey, awesome. Well, that's great. Hopefully you enjoy them. Kevin House, The Third Man, is in my top 10 of all time. That's incredible. Yeah, I'm glad I liked it as much as I did, because that was one of the out-of-print Criterion releases that I really had to track down, because it went out of print so early. And I thought, when I first saw it, I loved it. But I thought maybe that was because I was influenced by, I was so excited that I finally tracked it down and found a good copy from Criterion. So I thought maybe my brain was playing tricks on me. I was like, oh yeah, you finally, I don't know. Sometimes that can happen. If you really work hard to find a release, you might like it more than you would if you didn't invest so much time and money into it. But then I saw it again in the theater a couple weeks ago, and I loved it even more. So I think it's definitely great. And I don't think I was being influenced. Magnitude Rev, here's to hoping we get the 4K UHD announcement from Criterion in 2025, given how it is getting a 4K release in Europe. See, that's what gives me pause. I want to get that Studio Canal release, but I don't, if I spend, what is that, like $65, $70 on that thing? I don't want to buy that and then immediately they announce the 4K from Criterion, because that would suck. But that's probably what will happen, because that's what always happens. Let's see, what do we have? Dan's Den, The Lords of Flatbush, a movie Stallone made before Rocky. Ooh, Baby Stallone. Baby Stallone. Carrie Witt says the same thing, pre-Rocky Sly. Baloney says Maureen O'Hara is a great actress. You need to see The Parent Trap. I have seen The Parent Trap. 1961 Haley Mills version. She's great in it. She is great. That's one of my wife's favorite movies. She showed that to me early on in our relationship, and it's wonderful. I like it quite a bit. Kevin House, The Lords of Flatbush, is a good little film made when 50s nostalgia was big with American Graffiti and Happy Days. Interesting. Dan's Den. I'm not going to read that, Dan's Den. Evil Wax 73. I decided to get the Third Man Special Edition 4K, as you never know if Criterion will release it on 4K. Yeah, that's the thing. And even if I won't regret it. If I pick up that 4K, I definitely won't regret it, because it's an amazing packaging. And Criterion's not going to do anything close to that nice. Marty, I am utterly confused by those Nolan releases of Inception and Interstellar. I thought they were canceled. I don't know. Maybe they were canceled here in the States, but they were not canceled in France. Who knows? I don't know. I already have Inception, and I've never seen Interstellar, so I won't be picking that one up, but I think I'm fine. I think I'm good with my old Blu-ray of Inception. Internet user, who has the better name, Arthur Dong or Todd Slaughter? I mean, that's a question for the ages. I'm not going to settle that right here on this. I only have 30 minutes, man. I can't settle that. Carrie Witt, Arthur Dong won Male Performer of the Year right after Dirk Diggler's epic run. What has happened? We're off the rails. 00711, great name. Are these Nolan discs any different than the original UHD Blu-rays? Probably not. I wouldn't think. They're probably, they're region B, but they're 4K, so that's not going to matter. I don't know. I don't have the background on those. But yeah, that's the problem with opening up to international releases is there's not a lot of information on here. If I'm looking at the site here, it's pretty blank. There's a synopsis and there's like director and writer and some genres, but it doesn't give me too much information. Maybe if you dig into it a little bit more, you can. But yeah, wow, I didn't remember that Inception was 148 minutes. That's crazy. So we've got discrepancies here in the chat. Why So BlueTube says none of Nolan's films have been canceled. Interesting. You guys have to talk amongst yourselves and solve that mystery. Marty says Zavi had it on their website back in August and also was canceled. There's drama in the chat. We've uncovered. I didn't mean to cause such drama just by bringing up these France releases. Maybe I shouldn't have. But hopefully we get to the bottom of this before the night is over. Eva Wax DJ, I want to let you know that I finally watched My Night at Mods based on your recommendation. Enjoyed it quite a bit. It's a slow mover, driven by dialogue, but well executed. Yes, I'm actually really upset with myself because I didn't get a chance to watch that this month. I didn't get a chance to watch much of anything towards the end of the month. We've been very busy, and we've had family over. My family was over, and then Grace's family was over too last week. So I didn't get to watch very many movies. That was one I absolutely wanted to watch. I've been reading through the screenplay. I got a hard copy. I don't know where it is. It's upstairs by my bedside table probably. But I've been reading through the screenplay of that, and I'm picking up on things that I didn't the first two times I watched it. So I really wanted to rewatch it, but I haven't got a chance to yet. Hopefully I still can. Maybe I'll go into early January and watch it, even though Christmas is over. But yeah, I'm glad you liked it because it's one of my favorites. It's awesome. Sheldon, DJ, are you going to pick up the early Hitchcock box set Studio Canal is releasing? It has some of Hitchcock's early silent films included. I saw that. I need to stop buying Hitchcock stuff because they just keep releasing box sets over and over. Like I got the 3, where are they? They're over there. I got the 3 4K volume sets that we got here in the States, the Digibooks. But then they released that big 4K box set with the big stuff. And then they released another one that you just mentioned that has some of the earlier stuff. I don't know. I want to. I probably won't. You're asking me if I will. I probably won't, but I am tempted because it's a wonderful looking box set. PTP says Memento has not been topped by Nolan, so he's still a big fan of his. I was going to say first film, but it's not his first film actually. I think Insomnia came out before that, but Memento's one of his most beloved, I believe. Magnitude says, "Hey DJ, what are some of your favorite first-time watches of 2024?" Oh, I shouldn't have opened it up to hard questions. I am not prepared to answer that. Let me sign into my Letterboxd, and we can take a look, shall we? Because that's another video I was thinking about doing, possibly, but that one's going to take some time to look through. Let me open up my diary. I watched so many films in 2024, and you said first-time watches. Well, I guess we'll start from the back and move forward. First-time watches. Oh, Fanny and Alexander, guys. Guys, we didn't even talk about Fanny and Alexander. I just watched Fanny and Alexander for the first time. Don't know if it's technically a Christmas film. It starts at Christmas, and it's actually very, very Christmassy. And it's lovely to see like what 1904 Christmas was like in Sweden. It's beautiful, very colorful, lots of reds and greens everywhere. Production design is awesome, and I would say it's just as Christmassy as It's a Wonderful Life, which is my favorite Christmas movie of all time. So I guess I got to count it as a Christmas film, but it starts at Christmas and then it moves out of Christmas. I watched the theatrical cut. I know there's going to be a lot of people that shout at me to watch the TV cut. I probably will eventually. I'm not in a rush to. I'm not a big TV guy. I much prefer movies, and to watch the TV cut in one sitting would be like 5 hours, and I don't know if I got that time right now, but the theatrical cut was amazing. I loved it. I'm sure the TV cut's even better, but I loved it. It was awesome. That was definitely one of the highlights of the year, especially out of things I watched in December for the first time. What else did I watch? This is why this would be a very hard video to make. I really like The Outcasts, also from 1982. Look at me, 2 for 2 for 1982 films. The Outcasts was a Deaf Crocodile release that I talked about at length in that video recently. The Outcasts is great. I'm not even showing you my screen again. The Outcasts right here, 1982, Irish folk horror film. Really, really liked that one. That one definitely worked for me. Third Man was great. I already saw that before that though, but I think my favorites from Noirvember that I watched would be, gosh, we watched so many good things in Noirvember. High and Low blew me away. That's definitely, yeah. If I'm doing a top 10, High and Low would make the list. Really, really liked Elevator to the Gallows. Pick Up on South Street, that was amazing. See, this is too hard. I watched too many good things this year. That's Gilda. Gilda was incredible. I really liked that one too. I'm gonna have to do a video about this. This is gonna take up too much time on the stream. Quite On was another one of my favorites from this year. I really enjoyed both films from Uri Hertz that I watched this year. Morgiana, probably my favorite of those two. Man, I watched too many good things this year. Rebecca, speaking of Hitchcock, I watched Rebecca for the first time. That really blew me away. Harold and Maude, I can't. This is enough. Okay, enough. I'm not even through September yet, and I've took too much time on that question. Sorry, Magnitude Rev. I did not give you a good answer on that, but I watched way too many good things this year. Carrie Witt says my new favorite Christmas movie is Nosferatu. Interesting. Is it a Christmas movie? The new one? I haven't seen it. I don't know. I don't know if you're joking because you put a smiley face at the end, but maybe you're serious. I don't know. Avery, New Year's resolution question. Are there any countries whose cinema you want to explore more this upcoming year? Cinema culture you've heard a lot about but not seen. Great question. Another thing I want to cover if I do a resolutions video or a goals video for 2025. Yes. And I need to pull up my list here. I actually have a list. I have some notes. And one of my goals is to make it through box sets because I bought a lot of box sets in 2024 and I haven't dug into a lot of those box sets yet. So a lot of them, that's a lot of my viewing in 2025. I want to be knocking out some box sets. Like I said, the Pasolini box set I want to knock out. So that's Italian cinema, Italian neorealism. I want to watch more of that. Pretty much Pasolini is all I've seen of that. So I probably should check out some other directors as well. I want to finish the Alexander Tushko box set, which is back there. That's Russian cinema. Fassbinder, I really want to get into those box sets that I bought last year. I believe that's German. I think he's German. So that's a whole nother, there's a bunch of countries I want to get to. There's a Dino Risi box set right here. That's more Italian cinema that I want to watch. Not neorealism, but still Italian stuff that I want to get to. And the big thing I want to get to this year is Ozu. I finally want to break into Ozu. I have this Eclipse series back here that you can't see. It's off screen. It's in the Criterion section. There's a 3 family comedies. Like I said, I want to get into more silent stuff this year. I want to knock out all the silent stuff I haven't seen in Criterion Collection. There's not that much that I haven't seen in Criterion, but there's a few more. There's one more Harold Lloyd film that I want to watch, and there's a few more Charlie Chaplin movies that I need to see. But there's a silent comedies Eclipse set, not technically Criterion Collection, but put out by Criterion. And I want to watch through those. There's another silent 3-pack in Eclipse that's like crime dramas that's also Ozu. But I want to watch those 3 family comedies from Ozu, and then I want to watch the Ozu film that I picked up in the last sale, Floating Weeds. That's also a silent film, and then it has the remake later. But yeah, I want to get into Ozu, and that's going to be a big thing. Like I said, I watched High and Low, which is a Kurosawa film. I've always needed to watch more Japanese stuff. And I think Ozu is going to fit perfectly into my my tastes. It seems like it is. So I'm excited to check him out as well. Great question, Avery. Thanks for joining us tonight. And I didn't even see this, but their next comment here. I also recommend exploring some silent Japanese film. Wow, they can be extremely different. A lot had a live narrator that performed voiceover at each theater, so different from the West. Interesting. Well, thanks for the recommendation. Throw some names at me. Like I said, I want to get into Ozu. And I think Kinoshita, not silent, but there's The Morning of the Asone Family, which is technically a Christmas, not really a Christmas film. Starts at Christmas, kind of similar to Fanny Alexander. Starts at Christmas and then moves on. It's a wonderful like World War II film, but it's not about the war at all. It's about like this one family that completely gets torn apart by the war. Awesome movie. And it's also only available in like an Eclipse series. And there's like 4 or 5 films from Kinoshita. I think I could be getting the wrong name, but I think it's Kinoshita. And he did like a lot of World War II stuff. And I'd love to watch those. Those are like early sound films. That's not silent, but very, very good stuff. Evil Wax, you can't really call My Night at Maud's a Christmas movie. I don't think anyone ever said Merry Christmas throughout the movie. No, it just takes place at Christmas, which is unique for Eric Romer because most of his stuff takes place in the summertime. So, and I think it's a very intentional choice to set that at Christmas time. He also intentionally made it black and white because it's not, he filmed that after The Collector, which he filmed in color because Jean-Louis Trintignant was not available to film because he's a big actor, which is also very different for Eric Romer. But yeah, he put it in black and white on purpose because because of the themes of the movie. It's all about morality and stuff. An internet user, fun fact, Nolan was going to direct a Howard Hughes biopic, potentially starring Jim Carrey, but it was canceled. Everything's getting canceled. Everything's getting canceled from Chris Nolan. Man, God, you guys are really killing it in the chat. Thanks so much for all the questions. I'm going to do my best to keep up. Oh, Mark's movie menu. What a question. What a question. What is the #1 release you're hoping to pick up in 2025? Oh, these questions. That is so tough. I would have to do some research. And man, are you talking about like new release? Because I don't even know what's coming. I try not to look. I've got so much stuff to keep up with that's already out. I try not to anticipate what's coming out later. But if you're talking about something that I've like wanted for a long time, the 8 Hours Don't Make a Day. I know I just said I don't watch a lot of TV stuff, but I'm really interested in the 8 Hours Don't Make a Day box set from Arrow Academy. That's another Fassbinder box set. So if I get into Fassbinder and I really start liking his stuff, I may pick up that because it's a beautiful box set. And I love Arrow Academy stuff. There's a lot of Arrow Academy box sets that I might finally want to dig into. That's too tough of a question. I'll have to give that some thought. I need to look at what's coming out and do like a most anticipated video. That'd be kind of fun. I know some people do those. I'm just not prepared for that kind of stuff, man. Got to do a lot of research. Baloney, tip to everyone, as you watch Films by Color, make a list of the films you're interested in. When the sales pop up, you know what to get. Yeah, I need to start doing that. I did this show with like a pencil and paper a couple weeks ago, and it worked out really well. I should have been prepared this time too, because you guys have given me some great recommendations. Let's see. Another person asking me what's my most anticipated physical media release of 2025. I don't know. I'm not prepared for that question, guys. Give me a week to cram for that question. Eva Wax, I saw Grace's review on Fanny Alexander. It sounded like she should have started with Persona or The Seventh Seal. I watched the 4-part TV version on... Yeah, we probably shouldn't have started with Fanny Alexander, like his magnum opus, like last final film. We probably should have started earlier. I always wanted to start with The Seventh Seal, but I don't know. It was Christmas time, and I wanted to finally watch Fanny Alexander because I heard great things about it. Yeah, it wasn't entirely her thing. She enjoyed it, but she didn't love it. So yeah, we've actually been talking about that because she's read a lot of your comments on that review, and you guys are really nice. Thank you for being nice and not screaming at her for not immediately loving a classic. But yeah, I'd say it was more my thing than hers, but she is willing to try some other Bergman after your guys' comments, and you guys recommended several different things. So she's willing, she's open to it, and hopefully we can start making our way through this big old box set, which is still here from when we watched Fanny and Alexander on my desk. Crazy box set, very intimidating, but I finally broke the seal. I had already seen The Magic Flute, but that was like my first big Bergman watch, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I think it's just a taste thing, or at least that one was. I'm sure she'll like some of the other things a little bit better. What are people saying here? Oh, Bailey Walsh. I'm definitely doing a favorite first-time watches video. I already have my Letterboxd list made of the films to talk about. Good. You're more prepared than I am. I hope that video goes well. I'd be interested in what you watched this year. I think I follow you on Letterboxd. Yeah, I keep up with you. So I've seen some things. But yeah, I don't know how I would narrow that down to 10. That's crazy. Ethan Edwards, why is suicide so prominent in great Christmas movies? It's a Wonderful Life, Shop Around the Corner. The Apartment. Again, one of the best. I don't know, man. It's a depressing time of year for a lot of people. Dan's Den, I saw 37 movies in theaters this year. A lot of good movies out of the bunch. Fascinating. I saw like 5 movies in theaters. Most of the stuff I watch is at home, but saw some great stuff. Alden Tuttle watched The Wild Robot tonight. I love it, and my review is on my Letterboxd. Well, thanks. Check that out, Alden Tuttle. I have not seen that yet. My family watched it without me while I was in LA earlier this year. Robert Rogers, Roberto Rossellini is a great neorealism director. Rome Open City is great. Thank you for the recommendation. Eva Wax, my girlfriend bought me the 4K version of Coraline, and it looks absolutely stunning. It's my 4th time seeing it, and it just keeps getting better. I'm tempted to pick up those 4K. I don't usually upgrade Blu-rays to 4Ks, but if there's anything that's going to tempt me, it's stop motion, because stop motion looks so good in 4K. It looks amazing. Internet user says definitely check out the Floating Weeds films. I will. I want to prioritize those. What else do we have here? Henry Bidencap, 8 hours is not a great fast spinner to start off with. Oh no, I'm not going to start with it. Like I said, if I watch through some of the other films that I have in those box sets and then really like it, then I'll go to 8 hours. But I don't know. I'm going to hold off. I'm not going to buy any more big box sets. Like I said, I got the Bellatar one. I do want to watch through some of that this year too. I need to chill because I'm running out of space, first of all, and I got to kind of sell some stuff off, make space for new releases. So I'm going to slow down a little bit and actually focus on like more. We'll talk about this later. When I do the resolutions video, we'll talk about this. I keep getting off track. Let's answer your questions here. Avery, for Japan, some lesser known recommendations. And of course, I'm going to butcher all of these names, but you can see them on the screen there if I read them horribly. Nobuhiko Obayashi's anti-war trilogy, out of print sadly. Satoshi Kon's Millennium Actress, and 2 Nagisa Oshima films, Boy and Death by Hanging. Thank you for the recommendations. I've seen some Satoshi Kon, but not those ones. What else do we have here? Michael Smith says he much prefer Persona to Seventh Seal. Interesting. Seventh Seal sounds actually the one I'm most excited to check out. Also the trilogy that he did. That includes like the Criterion trilogy that's like the spider on the front. Can't remember exactly what the trilogy's called, but that one sounds really interesting too. Magnitude Rev, hey DJ, have you decided what you want to purchase with that massive super chat yet? Yes, I have. We talked about it at the beginning of the stream. I went ahead and bought, and some people are going to be probably upset with me for this, but I went ahead and bought the Neverending Story. I did. I bought it just because it was so crazy that we got that super chat and we were already talking about that on the stream. I thought that would be like a big memorable purchase, and I don't know. It looks like an insane box set. It's one of those things that I would never buy for myself. So I was like, well, I got this super chat. I'll take a chance and pick this up. I thought it'd be fun to look at with you guys. So whenever that gets here, it's coming all the way from Australia, so it's going to take some time. But whenever it gets here, we'll open it up. And Magnitude Rev actually told me that I should display it down here on the bottom for future videos. I love to do that, but I'm going to have to move it after I'm done shooting every time because it will get knocked off by my kids. Because my kids come in here on a daily basis and climb up on that little nook and start digging through the shelves and see what they want to watch. So yeah, that would be very dangerous to have that very expensive box set there. But yeah, we'll see how that box set turns out. I debated long and hard whether I should do it or not, and I thought it would be just a fun thing to do for the channel. So we'll see how that turns out. Let's see. Internet user, for Bergman, you should check out Sawdust and Tinsel. It's carnival related. I've seen it. It's got a clown on it and everything. I'm very excited to check that one out. You know me so well, internet user. Bailey Walsh, my favorite first time watches is just going to be in general. I don't think I can narrow it down to a top 10. I'd at least have 20 if I was narrowing it down, most likely. Ethan Edwards says Rossellini is the greatest Italian director in general. He was a constant innovator. I actually have the box set of Rossellini and Bergman. Grace actually picked that up in one of the sales. She was interested in that, so she's going to hopefully make me watch those soon. Not that she has to make me, but it'll be her night to pick, and she'll probably pick some of those. Carrie Witt, I'm definitely focusing on fewer labels, but we'll try to get more bigger releases from them. Exactly what thank you for saying that so concisely. I kind of went nuts in 2024. I was really getting into like a ton of other labels, and I was spreading myself thin. I want to like be more focused next year, focus on like nicer, big premium releases instead of buying so many things because, like I said, running out of space, just too much stuff back there. Baloney, Xanadu 4K is the top of my 2025 list. I love the movie. Someone mentioned that earlier in the stream. Evil Wax watched Wings of Desire recently. It's a slow burn, but the finale is exhilarating. Can never go wrong with vendors. I agree. That's one of probably my favorite. Someone asked me earlier what my favorite Criterion releases was. That's way up there for me. One of the only vendors I've seen. I have not seen enough of his stuff. I need to finally get that Paris, Texas release from Curzon. But Wings of Desire was great. It is definitely a slow burn, but it's fascinating. So good. Bailey Walsh, also, LOL, do you not follow me on Letterboxd, DJ? But not big deal. You don't have to. Oh, interesting. No, I will. My wife follows you all the time. Because every time we watch something, she looks, you can see like the people that you follow's reviews, and she tries to find stuff that you have watched and liked because you guys have similar tastes and usually agree on stuff. for the most part. So maybe that's why I thought I followed you, because she shows me your reviews all the time. Carrie Witt, my favorite first time watch is After Hours and will always be After Hours. You know, I get made fun of in the comments for mentioning After Hours too much on this channel. So thank you, Carrie Witt, for doing it in this video so I don't have to. But yeah, that was wonderful. But that wasn't this year. That was the year before that I watched After Hours for the first time. Baloney, Neverending Story needs a wall mount to protect it while displaying it. Yeah, I need something. I need some kind of like, you guys can't see. There's like a bunch of, the shelf goes all the way to the top up there. So I'm going to probably put it up there, but I need some kind of like display stand thing or something to put it on, because I don't want it just standing there, because it'll fall off and shatter into a million pieces. Michael Smith, Rossellini's best production is Ingrid Bergman. Yeah, I said I got that set back there. I'm excited to check some of those out. Patrick Craig, I ended up getting the 6-month subscription to Deaf Crocodile. I've never done a Blu-ray subscription, but I trust them. Hey, yeah, they earned your trust in 2024, man. They were killing it. They put out a ton of good stuff. I still want to watch those 2 Deaf Crocodile releases that they sent me. I haven't watched yet. Hopefully I can squeeze those in January as well. I also have a box here that Imprint sent me. Let me know if you guys have seen this film. I'm excited to watch it, because I do want to do, I think I'll do a little catch-all review video with the Deaf Crocodile releases and this. This is The Adventures of Priscilla, which is a crazy movie. I guess I can do a sneak peek here. I'll do a full video later on, but this just came today, actually. This is this beautiful The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Look at that. Lenticular cover, nice hard box, booklet in there, posters, everything. Imprint is crazy. I mean, crazy expensive, but I love their releases. And they sent me this, so I'm gonna watch this in the next couple days, hopefully before I start my big Pasolini thing, and then we'll get a review up of that. Hopefully I really enjoy that. It looks like fun. Haven't seen it. I've only read the Letterboxd description and some stuff on there, so looks like fun. But yeah, Deaf Crocodile, my other big label. I will still collect Deaf Crocodile. That's another big resolution for next year. I want to complete my Deaf Crocodile collection. I only need 2 more films, so that should be an easy one to complete. And then I want to keep up to date with them. So Criterion and Deaf Crocodile are my 2 big ones, but I'll still dabble in other labels here and there. Let's see. Robert Rogers, do you think Criterion will release comedies and proverbs? I don't know, man. I was going to say I hope not, because I already bought the out-of-print Arrow Academy box set. But no, I do. I actually do, because I want other people to have those available as well for people who didn't get the Arrow set. But they're awesome. I love all of Eric Romero's stuff. I hope they do. I don't know. They did the Tales of the 4 Seasons, which I thought would never happen. So we can be hopeful. We can always hope. Let's see. Jeffrey Patron, Wings of Desire, Criterion would be so much cooler if they put out Far Away So Close. That's something he mentioned when he was here. That is the sequel to Wings of Desire. Jeffrey, big fan of that sequel. I don't think it's as well received as the original, but I would love to see it because I really liked Wings of Desire. Let's see. Dan Stan, I have seen The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Good movie. Well, thank you for not spoiling anything with that review. Internet user says, really enjoy The Adventures of Priscilla. Interesting. Patrick Craig. Oh, I've heard good things about Priscilla. That's dope. Imprint sent that to you. So expensive. Yeah, I don't know how much it cost. I didn't look it up. I should look it up, though, because it looks nice. It's a really nice set. And it's coming from Imprint, so it's probably insane. Avery, Drag Queens in the Desert. What's not to love? It's great. I'm looking forward to it. And Grace is going to watch that one with me, too. She was excited when that came here today. We actually thought it was the Neverending Story thing because it was coming from... Because she's always on her phone, like, checking what's arriving. I don't even know how she does that. But she knows when stuff's about to arrive. And she was like, your Australia release is coming today. And I got super excited. But it wasn't Neverending Story. It was this, which is still exciting. But we'll see. Hopefully Neverending Story gets here in a few days, maybe. Carrie Witt, for your Neverending Story box set, just mount up a glass and metal case like the ones they keep for fire extinguishers. Maybe so. I got a lot of room in this office. This office is very plain. Like if you guys could see the wall in front of me is just completely blank. That's something I need to do in 2025 is like spruce this place up a little bit. Stop spending so much money on movies and like decorate this room, for goodness sakes. It's pretty boring looking. Luckily you guys only see this wall because the rest of it is pretty bland. Someone says Priscilla has a great soundtrack. Sheldon also likes the movie. Great. Well, I'm glad so many of you have seen this. I'm excited to check it out. You guys are selling me on it. Marty, Bill Hunt of the Digital Bits made a post on his Facebook page today that Criterion is going to release the English patient in 2025. Interesting. You guys don't know this, but Grace almost bought that in one of our recent, I guess say recent, it was a couple months ago now, one of our recent Half Price Books videos. Grace wanted to buy the English patient, and we decided not to. And I'm very glad, because if it's coming to Criterion, I would be bummed if we just bought that for no reason. Baloney, Happy New Year's, everyone. Bowing out tonight. Good night. Well, hey, you have a good night. You have a good Happy New Year's. And we'll see you in 2025. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Mark's Movie Menu. I really wanted that Priscilla box set. One of my all-time favorites. Man, you guys are really selling me on this movie. Henry Bidenkamp. The only label that I would love to complete outside of Criterion is Flickr Alley. Whoa. That would be expensive, my friend. There's a lot of Flickr Alley releases, and they never come down in price. They're always like $30. Although I hear that they have sales. I just don't know when they happen. Someone let me know when the Flickr Alley sales happen. Is it random, or is it like always on the same time? Because I would love to get some more Flickr Alley releases too. I love their stuff. Carrie Witt, U2 does the song Far Away So Close. Robert Rogers, Priscilla won the Oscar for costume design. That's really cool. It looks stunning. Like just this cover. Look at that. Look at the colors. It looks great. I'm excited. I'm excited to check it out. Put more shelves on the other wall. You know you want to, says internet user. I don't know, man. I got to think about resale value a little bit. I can't have just shelves on every single. This office will be useless to anyone who buys this house after me. And plus, I can't afford it. The only reason I could afford these shelves was because we had some leftover money from the sale of our last house. That was the only reason. There's no way I could afford custom shelves like this any other time. Evil Wax, you could put up some cool classic movie posters in your movie room. Yeah, I should. I've never been a big poster guy. We have some posters in the theater, but I've never done it anywhere else. Maybe I could. I'd love to update those posters in the theater, because there's some great ones that I've seen since then that I'd like to put in there. I wanted to like change them out for Christmas, and I never got around to it. I thought that would be really fun. Have some Christmas posters to put up, kind of like putting up Christmas decorations. Just do it in the theater. That's another video I need to do. I need to do a theater update that have been supposed to do for like 2 years now, and I never get around to doing it. So that, hopefully I can finally do that too. Sorry, guys. Carrie Witt, some well-designed movie posters. Think early Mondo. Hero Complex stuff are in order for your plain walls. No? Yes. I know. I need to cover up my walls. I also need to put a TV in here. I don't even have a TV in my office, but I would love a TV in here. I'm thinking about maybe doing that too instead of buying movies in 2025, like buying a smaller TV, a sound bar, and a Blu-ray or a 4K player, so I can listen to like special features and commentaries and supplements while I'm working in here. That's a must. I need to do that because I don't have time to go down to the theater and watch a whole commentary, but I can listen to it while I'm in here anyway. Michael Smith, just saw Criterion Closet with Binoche and Fine. They must have been doing a commentary for English Patient. Hey, Michael Smith is on the case. That's probably, that could be true. That could be very true. But that's interesting. It's always fascinating when they get in there, because Paul Giamatti was in there like a long time ago, and everyone was like, oh, The Holdovers or Sideways is coming to the collection. Nope. Shout got it. So like, what was that about? Why was he there? Does anybody know why he was there? Magnitude Rev, just going to put it on the record. Criterion's April releases will include either a Sean Baker 3 or 4 film box set or a 4K UHD release of Sean Baker's Anora. Interesting. So making some predictions. Do you know this, or is this just a total guess? Anora's like all the rage this year. A lot of people want that's getting nominated for Oscars, no doubt. Grace really wants to see it. She's been trying to get me to go to the theater. We just haven't had time. We haven't had time to see new movies. But I think it's streaming now, or at least available to rent. So we might finally get a chance to watch that. Ethan Edwards says, I got that little Annie Rooney release on Hamilton Book for $9.99 along with Sparrows. Interesting. So they have Flickr Alley stuff on there. I'm going to have to finally check out Hamilton Book, because Ethan Edwards has been singing the praise of Hamilton Book for a long time. I didn't know they had boutique stuff on there. I'll have to check it out. Robert Rogers, Binoche, and Fine practically emptied the closet. Interesting. I'm always interested, like, do they really take them for free, or do they like donate to Criterion afterwards? I'm sure they do, right? They're all like super rich. Or maybe they don't even take them. I don't know. Maybe it's all just for show. Who knows? Carrie Witt, my favorite movie poster might be Rosemary's Baby off the top of my head. Well, you must love that 4K cover that came out for Rosemary's Baby last year. Let's see. Bailey Walsh, I think the Criterion Closet has also become part of people's press tours, so it doesn't necessarily mean someone's there for an upcoming Criterion release. That's true. That's true. Chloe, what is it? Zoe Kravitz? Zoe, is that her name? She was in there recently with Channing Tatum, and that was because her movie was coming out. It had nothing to do with Criterion. So that makes sense. Got to keep that in mind as well. Ava, we're getting down to the wire here. We got 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes, guys. Last call for questions. Heads up, Spike Lee will sell signed Criterions on his personal website occasionally. A lot of people don't know this. I think he has Bamboozled up now. I got one of Malcolm X. What a weird tidbit. That's so he just like, you send him, or I guess you could just buy them from him already signed. That's fascinating. Thank you, Avery. I did not know that at all. Magnitude says it's a total guess, though Neon, who own Anora, have good relationship with Criterion, and Janus Films recently acquired 3 new older Sean Baker films. Interesting. Well, who knows? I hope you're right. Be a lot of people excited about the show. I think there's only 1 Sean Baker film in the collection right now. Am I right? Just 1? Why So Bluetooth? It'd be hilarious and cool if Criterion got Dogma for a 4K release. Yeah, I saw Kevin Smith talking about that recently on his social medias, that he's finally getting the rights back to Dogma. He was just in the closet. Someone just mentioned that as well. I saw that come through my feed. SLC, Barry Jenkins' Criterion Closet visit will make you believe they keep the discs. Oh, interesting. I'll have to check that one out. Carrie Witt, they definitely take them in trade for their appearance on the Criterion Closet. Marty DMC, it's possible Dogma could get a Criterion release. Weinstein previously owned the rights and finally sold it, so now it has a chance to get back into circulation. Yeah, and he's been in Kevin Smith's been in the collection before, back in the DVD days. Evil Wax, don't know if anyone has seen The Diving Bell and The Butterfly. It's never received a release on Blu-ray in the US. Probably one of my top 5 movies of all time. No, I haven't even heard of it. Thanks for the recommendation. Ethan Edwards again, Hamilton Book has lots of boutiques. Kino, Arrow, Flicker Alley, some you've never even heard of. I'm sure. I'm sure. There's 1,000 boutique. There's probably tons I haven't heard of. Carrie Witt, Spike Lee's signed Criterion collection have sold out right now. Okay. Well, we'll see when he opens it back up. I'm not a big, I don't know. I've never been a signed, I don't think I've ever owned anything that was signed. I've never really been a big signature person. Internet user Baker has Takeout. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Takeout is in the collection. And Avery also says Takeout is the only Sean Baker film in the collection. Yeah, John almost picked that up in the last Criterion sale. He was debating picking it up or not. Evil Wax, though, jumping on the bandwagon. Diving Bell is highly recommended. I'm going to have to look that one up. Diving Bell and The Butterfly. Thanks, guys. Always appreciate it. Lots of people talking about that in the chat right now. Dimwit Monkey also loves Takeout. I need to see more Sean Baker stuff. I haven't seen, I don't think, any of his stuff. I remember we started Florida Project, but we never got around to finishing it. And I think we also started, Tangerine, and we never finished it. That one I couldn't really look at. It was really hurting my eyes. But yeah, I need to find, I think Anora will probably be the first film of his I actually make it all the way through. So hopefully I like that one. But thank you guys so much. It is right at time, so I'll go ahead and wrap it up. My voice is leaving me. Like I said, I was shooting a video before this, so I already lost it a little bit. And now talking for the last 2 hours has not helped. But hopefully I can get some more videos out soon. When the kids go back to school, that'll help quite a bit. I can finally get some videos shot for you guys. I've got a ton of stuff over here on my table. Thank you guys for listening to me babble about movies for an hour and a half. Really enjoyed you guys this entire year. It's been really fun. I never thought that this weird, weekly stream was gonna last. I don't know. I mean, I hoped it would last, but you never know when you try something new. Most people knew me from the in-store hunting videos that we do for Criterion, and I was like, I need something else to do because those are only twice a year, and I want to do something that is sustainable because I can't buy Criterions forever. I'm gonna run out of money. I'm gonna run out of space. So I was like, this seems fun. I wanted to stay up to date on the new releases. And that was kind of all it was. I just wanted to stay up to date, and I thought, I'll go live, talk to some people, maybe it'll turn out fun. And it's been so much better than I ever could have imagined. You guys make it so much fun. You guys, we've been doing it for 54 weeks, and you guys have not run out of things to talk about. You've not run out of questions. So thank you guys so much for staying with me. 2025, we're going to keep it going, hopefully. I don't want to jinx anything, but hopefully this show keeps going, and it's still fun in 2025. Hopefully I can get some like a video real soon, like some top 10s maybe, or the goals or resolutions video that I mentioned. You guys are still mentioning a lot of things in the chat, and I'm sorry I can't respond to everything. I got to wrap it up here, but thank you guys so much again. Carrie Witt says like and subscribe. Internet user says see y'all next year. Evil Wax says thanks DJ and everyone, have a happy new year. See you next year. SLC, tell Grace happy new year. And great shirt and mug. I will. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Grace. Again, thanks, guys. 00711, this Films by Color live stream has been a great resource. Thank you so much. That's amazing. I'm glad it's been helpful. Like I said, I just started it for myself to keep up to date, but if you guys find it useful, that's awesome. That's icing on the cake. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. I will see you in 2025. Lots more videos to come, hopefully. Hopefully we can keep it going. But yeah. Until next time, keep collecting, and I'll be back with another one real soon.